Yeah. Every week we coming live with it. Number one show, yeah, you know we top 5 with it. Shout out to the host, Miss Lex Alexander. If you have a hot topic, you should ask her to cover it. Audience loving it. Clap, clap, bravo to the show that keeps you company. From politics to entertainment, relationships, spiritual awakening. Yeah, we cover it all. Food for thought for my sisters and brothers involved. From that 318 to 225 for real. 504 to 985, you feel? Yeah, we the best out. Conversation debating on what's next now. Miss Lex Alexander all across the globe. You are now tuned in to the Counter Talk show. We are now live from that Counter Talk.
You are tuned in to that Counter Talk.
We are now live from that Counter Talk.
You are tuned in to that Counter Talk.
We are now live from that Counter Talk.
You are tuned in to that Counter Talk.
We are now live from that Counter Talk.
You are tuned in to that Counter.
All right, welcome to a series within a series. This is Counter Talk episode Tripped into Tribulation, part 1. Okay, so I'm pinpointing all this shit back to 2017. I'm throwing out there that my actual spiritual journey in itself began more so 2012, not on no corny shit, more so early 2012. I started feeling these different shifts in consciousness happening, within myself or whatever. My perception of shit was starting to change, and people like to call it becoming woke or whatever the fuck you want to, that shit was real. It was happening. I began becoming sensitive to the outer world more. I was out there more. I was seeing the fucking world more, being in college. So I like to say 2017 I entered the spiritual wilderness. I had no idea what the fuck to do. I had to learn as I go, and that's how I was able to sharpen my tools and learn my lessons and find my way out, I would say. 2016 was when I felt like I quote unquote met my twin flame, and I didn't know until towards the end of 2016 the concept of this shit or whatever, but it being presented to me and what I read and being kind of new into that aspect of shit, it was oh yeah, so this is my twin flame. Once I connected a person to an idea, it began a shift within me that I didn't understand to that dynamic in it, in particular, crashed and burned a real life crush type shit. So I came into this shit in 2016. So the connection had kind of deepened on a significant day, 12/21/2016. And so shit I saw correlated with that day, and it made me really believe man, okay, I done found my person. As far as me learning about twin flames, the secret, all this shit, they getting off into all this shit, the baby steps into the spiritual awakening and journey and all of it, was attaching somebody to an idea. and I was chasing a feeling. I was just chasing it. Like, it felt good. That interaction with that person. It wasn't sexual shit. It was literally like a different type of experience, like intellectually and just like in general, a different type of like energy I had never experienced. So I'm chasing this shit. I'm ripping and running up and down highways. I'm trying to like make time for that. Not realizing like I was deepening that first hole I would have to like kind of climb out of to see shit for what it is. Because like being kind of green and shit and not knowing how people really can be, thinking shit gonna be all fairy tale and just be smooth on. Man, when you see how humorous and how tragic shit be, you be like, whoa. Shit be real, but shit be funny too. So, New Year's Eve of 2016, I'm down in BR chasing a feeling, and I didn't get the reaction I thought I was gonna garner. So it's like, okay, let me take my ass back home up north, because I was living in Monroe at the time, 318 shit. I'm headed back home knowing how exhausted I am, tired. Bitch, I go off the road. I drive off the fucking road and hit something. It was like a little, fuck it. It don't matter about the details. Basically, I fucked up my tire real bad to the room. It's like 1 a.m. January 1st, 2017. Pitch black. And I'm trying to get in contact with the fucking tow people or somebody that's up that can come get me. Because, like, what the fuck? I'm literally, like, in the middle of nowhere. It's pitch black dark. I'm like, what the fuck? And I'm nervous to, like, turn my, like, car, like, on. I turned it off, but it was just like, what the? From there, shit just, like, started shifting. I ended up being rescued or whatever by somebody, a friend at the time. Came through for me. We had to fix the tire and all of it. And it was just all like, wow. Because I didn't realize, like, from there, like, I had stepped into, like, the darkness. Being on the side of the fucking highway in the middle of the fucking night. It's not like the interstate. It's like on them country-ass highways. I had no choice but to tap in with myself and my spirit, and really trust that shit was gonna be okay. From there, shit started getting realer and realer. So, chasing a feeling, because I'm believing in this twin flame bullshit. And at the same time, life is changing for me. Family dynamics changing as far as like my father's help. Shit like that. All this shit is like, what the fuck is weighing down? And time is steadily like, you know, like ticking. So we get to that pinpoint when the fucking eclipse shit happened. that's when shit really like was like, what the fuck. Another incident happened. My fucking car shut down on me on the interstate, and I end up meeting these nice ass like old people, and they end up helping me and all of it. One of their like siblings, like one of the older people was like a mechanic or some shit. They ended up working on my car, all of it. Everything eventually like worked out, but at the same time, like a few days later, it fucking eclipse shit was happening. It was around time when Dick Gregory transitioned. And I'll never forget, I was going to New Orleans with a friend to go get like a check because I had been trying to like adjust to living in New Orleans, even though I should have just been like focusing on my shit. So I look into that eclipse on that day. It was on a Monday. And I'm looking into this shit thinking like, yeah, this shit cool. Not knowing that I signed up for Dead Real. I signed up for this shit getting like really real. Okay? Experiencing the different type of hardships and shit, that shit was like, what the cause I had never been through shit like that before. And you have no choice but to find yourself. And life just started being crazy. Like, I started dating a fucking international criminal ass nigga. Guy. International criminal ass person. At the same time, I'm knowing like things going on with my dad. And this international criminal motherfucker is just like, his life is just so fucking complex. And he's kind of just like, you know, hey, what's wrong? Like, you depressed. You're not the same like when we first got cool. I'm like, bruh, like, the person I was chasing is not what I thought. And my father's dying. And I jump shipped on being a teacher a year ago, and I'm trying to find myself out. He didn't give a fuck. You know what that motherfucker told me? He said, where's your mama? Ever since then, that was like, woof. It began another journey within it. That motherfucker. But it's like shit always come full circle. Everybody play their role. And he wasn't a bad person. He was just way fucking older than me. Like 12 years. And his concept of life was a little different. And now that I'm at the age I am, I get it now. Like, the mental. As far as like where I was at mentally then. And just a baby. But yeah, all this shit is happening. My father passed in December of that year. And I was experiencing like being out in the fucking wilderness, like seeing how cold and alone you could really be type shit. To a point you have no choice but to like start connecting back with what you really have faith and believe in. That you know shit gonna work out. And it be kind of rocky with it. Because like it be like the fucking the duality shit starts showing up. So you start meeting your dark side or seeing other people's dark side. And your higher self or the light being within, like, kind of counteracting with it. eventually you learn it's best to just like coexist with both of them and know they serve their purpose as far as like navigating this realm. The end of 2017 was soul crushing, but I didn't realize it was like all a part of my process of listening. It was kind of like crushing me to build me up at the same time. It was sharpening my understanding. I'm able to see like, damn, like, most important man in my life gone in the physical. And I don't have this fairy tale relationship type lifestyle, traditional type shit. I'm off into my creative shit, and then life just started boom, boom, boom. So like I'm saying, I'm revisiting my podcast shit and all of that. Like, man, I got buku shit to talk about, cause like, shit, been through it. Really had to like, fuck, I keep saying like a like. I'm trying to work on it. But you understand perseverance, overcoming, finding yourself in the midst of all the bullshit. Most importantly, like finding source, aka God, or Allah, or whatever it is you pray to or believe in or have faith or make things happen for you. "2017 was monumental, and it was definitely like a foundation of like what was to come. 2018 was a wee bit different, but just as monumental as far as like that shedding and rebirth shit goes. On the next part of this series, I'll be diving into the year 2018 and how different shit was like affecting me, especially like coming into like that losing a parent shit and being fucked up people, being great people, finding a new hustle, like shit, wow. But it will be dived into, just so you all can see that we all have the right and ability to decode our journey. And we all have gone through similar things. We all connected in some kind of way. Because the truth is the truth. And a lot of shit boils down to what the root of the lesson was. All that shit be so similar. But we gonna get into it. So, until next time, peace out. Thank you for tuning in.